All right. I did a speed test before coming back on here, and I did a hotspot from my phone, and the speed test showed real good numbers. So hopefully, this is a little better than before. It got cold up in here. It got cold. Been trying to run that thing pretty good though, as far as keeping those batteries charged. Uh, but I'm not sure where I was. But all I can say was it was a freaking hot mess, a disaster, in my opinion, on a truck been here since the 21st, and I'm just ready. Like earlier, um, 4 o'clock. I called driver lineup to get a load to get out of here, and they didn't have anything. They said call in the morning. So what I'll be doing is waking up 3 or 4 in the morning and rolling out of here. I don't care what it is. I got to get out of here. I got to got to get some revenue. They had a load that was going to Nebraska, but my truck was still in the shop, so it kind of held me up as far as from taking that load to because I didn't know when my truck was going to be out, and I had to pick up at Cassville, which is probably I think like 45 minutes from here. That was going to Nebraska. Nebraska's a great reload area to get you, somewhere really good. I looked on the uh, weather app, and there wasn't no snow going to be happening for the next 2 days. So, but how did you get the old truck back? How did you get the old truck back? Um, it was. Are you talking about when it was in Austin, fried bacon? Because if you're talking about when it was Austin, it was ready when I went to go. Yeah, so before because that morning I had already set reservations to basically rent a car and just drive to Springfield to pick up the new truck here, and then I would basically after picking up the new truck, I would run for a week, and I would go back after the 16th to retrieve the international, which I would have to basically park here in Springfield, get another rent a car, go back to Austin to pick it up, drive it back here. I'm so glad that didn't happen because I mean the Freightliner wasn't even ready to go. I mean, like I would have been sitting here doing nothing. In meantime, I done spent $450 on a truck to get here to sit here, exactly doing what I was doing, you know, in Austin. What bunk heater? Sorry, bunk heater is working. Hello, hope you are doing good. I'm doing great, doing great, doing great. So super glad that I did not rent the rent a car. I mean, I was if he had not been ready or Flash had not been ready, um, I would have been gone. But when I went to check on him before I went to the airport to drop off the rented car that I had currently, because what I was going to do was basically I had a rented car that I had rented, so I was going to go take that rented car back, and I had reserved a truck because I was going to basically take some stuff out of the Flash, put it in the truck, and basically put it in the Freightliner once I got down here. But when I went to go check to see the status of it, they had fixed it that morning. They had road tested it. Everything came back okay. So that's where we are with. Thanks, William. And I like the new truck too. Are you going to start training? No, there'll be no training on this truck. No training on this truck. Only training will be going on this truck is when my wife gets here and she has to smack me around and get me straightened back out. Would you have to pay for everything? Yeah, I'm a lease operator. Everything comes out of my pocket. Yeah, everything comes out of my pocket. They do not. The only thing they paid for was $250 a day for breakdown pay. That's it. Hotels, rent a car, food, all that stuff. Now it's going to be a tax write off, but they ain't paying for none of it. So you got to make sure when you're ready, when you're coming out here on the road, and you're going solo, owner operator, whatever you may be going, make sure you are not spending all your money, because if I had not had some put away, for a rainy day in a case like this right here, I mean, you got to take it, guys. Like, I had just came back from a cruise the week before, came back and my truck broke down, and now I'm here for 9 days. So it sucked. It drained a lot of stuff from me. What we'll recover, we'll move on. Um, yeah, got a new truck. I actually got switched. I got a new fleet manager. I'm super stoked about that. Met him today, and I'll probably do a video on that in a couple weeks. But how was your cruise? Cruise is great, man. Cruise is great. Weather was fantastic. Um, Nassau, because we were supposed to go to Coco Cay, and the waves were so bad that they skipped it from the winds. So they skipped it and took us to Nassau, and we did an overnight stay in Nassau, docked, and I hadn't been there, and I mean it had been a long time. I mean, I don't know. I'd say probably 6 to 10 years easily, and some of the things that were there now were not even there then. So it had changed a whole lot. I wasn't too excited about going there because I had been there before, and I was like, Nassau, it's okay, but it was good. It was good. We actually ventured out. Me and my wife, uh, we went out and went to Atlantis and did the Atlantis. Man, the grounds of Atlantis is like huge, huge. Does Prime let you go home every weekend if you want to? Well, you probably don't want to drive for Prime if you want to go home every weekend. I mean, they're an OTR company, dedicated or something like that. Let you go home, but it would financially hurt you so much that you wouldn't want to go home, because you can't make no home. You make no money going home every week. You can't be put in a situation of, I live in Kentucky. I cannot go to Nebraska or Texas or California and be set up for a good load running all the way back to the East Coast, or vice versa, when they got to make sure I'm home in that period of time. I mean, it takes, for a solo driver, you're looking at probably 3 to 5 days to go from East Coast to West Coast, and so it's yeah. OTR probably won't be good for you. Hi, the new truck looks great. Thanks, Dean. Thank you. A little pumpkin damn. If Flash didn't have those issues, would you have stayed with Flash over the Cascadia? Uh, Probably not. I had wanted a Cascadia. That's a hard question, um, to answer, because it's what if. I just had a lot of issues with Flash, air, those hoses, just one thing after another. So, and it got to the point now I'm at 75,000 miles. Now it's kept recalls are starting popping it up. Yeah, I'd probably just went ahead and got rid of it anyways. I mean, Freightliners just wasn't there when I got it. I wanted to get a truck, and I needed to get some revenue on the board when I first got here and got my own truck. I was excited about getting my own truck. Coming out of the Freightliner in a team situation with Chad and I, and going into the international. The international looked so big. I mean, it was just like, oh my gosh, it's huge. And I mean, it was spacious. Don't get me wrong, but this Freightliner here, man, I'll do a video tour of it. I mean, it's cleaned up right now and everything, but it's way more spacious. Like I'm sitting right here. It's I mean, you can see like I have this table right here that just slides right in. I mean, that's huge. Curtains pretty much the same, as you can see right here. I mean, so from this space right here, from this cabinet all the way over to the refrigerator, like I have a table that I cook with. It's right here. It's right there. You can see my little setup here. I got my computer, my PS, and my internet, and that wasn't working. Got the microwave up here. So everything is same concept. Just aisle space right here though is so much wider. That's the big thing about the Freightliners versus um, the internationals. Now I can tell you this: um, there's no cup holders back here at all in the Freightliner, and that sucks. Hold on, let me make sure I'm telling you right. Yeah, no cup holders at all in the bed back here. There's no stereo back here. Now there's a speaker mute, but the international. So there's some pros and cons that that the international had that the Freightliner doesn't have. All right, let's see. Howdy, new truck. New truck does look good. Thanks, Clinton. I am thinking about doing truck driving, so I'm looking into companies. Thanks for answering my questions. You're welcome, Fried Bacon. Thanks for watching. Bet you're breathing a sigh of relief. Yes, sir. Crazy Bags. I am, man. I am definitely uh, breathing a sigh of relief. What up, bro? Truck looks great. Thanks, Roughneck. Uh, Biggest pro is the reliability. You're exactly right. So and I'll do a video of pros and cons. And when I say pros and cons, just things that I find annoying with this Freightliner. That, for example, is when you turn the international hazard lights on, it only beeps like every 15-20 seconds to let you know, and it's like a click click, let you know that it's still working. But you turn these damn hazards on here, man, beep, 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 bonkers. Same thing with you put it in drive or reverse, it beep, 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 beep. I mean, it's just like it's so things like that is the little differences. The little differences too, like the mirrors on the side mirrors. They had the turn signal on the mirrors in the international, and this one doesn't have that. So small pros and cons, but they are pros and cons in my opinion. But like everybody said here, the reliability is bar none. That's what I'm looking for. I mean, you can have all kinds of bells and whistles, but if you're just sitting and you're not driving, I mean, it's not worth anything. So, but yeah, super super excited. Now I got to get out of Springfield, guys. So tomorrow morning I'll be taking whatever I mean, if it's going to Cheyenne, I'm taking it. I got to get out of here. I got to get back in a position where I can get reloads from um, my fleet manager. I've got 75K on my 2020 Freelander since the middle of June, and knock on wood, no issue. Nice, good deal. I can tell you this right here, and Crazy Bags noticed this as far as there's some. Maybe it's just where I went out of the Chad's truck into the International back in here, but I'm noticing like definitely um, the iris thing that used to be on the plate on the front, the collision stuff. That's what that is up there, Crazy Bags. That's the called the assurance now. They not insurance, but assurance. So everything comes from that right there. So I don't know if that's only in Freightliners. I don't know. So that was a small difference. Another small difference that I noticed is like when you have your windows down, there's like little fairings on the windshield, not the windshield, but beside the windshield and the door jambs. They like, I guess, from more aerodynamic. So just small little features like that I noticed the difference. But I haven't been on Chad's truck in almost a year now, so I don't remember everything. But what I do remember is when I was up in the top bunk uh, organizing some stuff, my wife would be super proud of me because I went and bought me a three drawer, whatever, those little plastic drawers that basically do some organizing with my socks and undies and shirts and that kind of stuff because my closet, I mean, as you can see, I mean, like my closet is jammed full of just shirts, and of course you see I got grays and blues. But it's just I ain't gonna say it's smaller than the International because it's not, but it's small. So I went up and did some organizing on that, and worked out pretty good. Cleaned up this whole cabinet space up here, and that's something that the Freightliner has that I really like is the cabinets. Like the International had a lot of netting and stuff overhead, but these are actually cabinets where you can put stuff in versus just jamming stuff up and over your top. So that's again the small differences and everything. But where you guys at tonight? What's everybody doing? I don't know if Bags is still in here or not, but where you at, Bags? Going to get back to Facebook game, football game, Utah, Oregon, the Utah lose. So my Sooners get the playoff. I hope we get out of the road and make some money. ASAP play. See you, RefNet. Thanks, man. Well, Colton. Oh, nice. Been there several times. Several times. That is typically when we went to Ontario, Fontana. I mean, that was our go-to. Was basically hang out that Petro or TA. Then you're going to get a reload going out of Colton. Hello, leaving out tomorrow. So, are you just coming to Prime for the first time, or are you just leaving out on the load? Just like to say, I appreciate your videos. This will be the second career for me. I began orientation in Springfield January 6th. I'm thinking about going lease operator. I have a 17-year-old going to Stanford soon. Congratulations. Um, yeah, I mean, if you're business oriented, um, lease operator by far. I mean, you can drive all the miles that you can actually possibly log, and your revenue is never going to compare to a lease operator. Now, I get it. You're going to pay a payment. You're going to pay your own fuel. You're going to pay your hotels when you break down. You're going to do all this stuff, but apples to apples, you're still better off as a lease operator, in my opinion. So, congratulations on coming to Springfield. No, not coming to Prime. Where are you going to, Clinton? If you don't mind me asking. Oh, oh, very happy where I'm at. So, where are you at? That's what I'm asking. Nice. North Carolina, Cali, North Carolina. That's a big difference right there. Both beautiful places, though. Both beautiful places. Sharky will get you home every week, but the green and yellow Max are pretty ugly. Not familiar with Sharky. Hardy Bros. Nice. Well, be safe, Clinton. Definitely be safe when you're rolling out. I just noticed, and I haven't hooked up to a trailer with this one yet, but just going to Walmart and back, the power on this one versus the international is no comparison, in my opinion. No comparison. Well, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'll have some more videos coming out of different things that, as far as like I said, comparison the international to this one. I actually put. I did some small. They were kind of getting on me a little bit today with the when I was doing the turn in lease. I got some footage of it though. I'll have a video for that one coming out too, and so I got some stuff in the works in the pipeline. Um, but I'm just going to relax because, man, I am tired as all get out. Went and grabbed me a shower, and now got everything situated, and I'm ready just to chillax, talk to my wife. You guys be safe. Have a good one. Be good.